at the 6 a.m. practice, the only thing I could think of Mboro was ugali, skuma, which had mayonnaise and an egg on the side, like a scrambled egg, which had nyanya and all that. Yeah.
What is this?
Bao zilifungwa. Hapa! It was relief.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, this time I get to hear a heartbeat. Lord! Lord! Me, Jesus!
It was really good. Yeah.
Like, we got pregnant in a very peculiar time.
Yeah.
Unprecedented times in the human history. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Oh, are you ready? Is that now?
Yeah.
Right. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
What is happening? Okay.
Hi.
Start now.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Welcome back to our channel. If you watched the previous video, then you know that the channel is now called Modoni and Mboro. And here on set today we have little Mboro, the offspring. We couldn't put him down. He was feeling a bit sleepy and didn't want to be left alone.
Mboro Junior. Yeah,
Mboro Junior. So we just opted to hold him because he needs his mama.
Yeah.
He needs his mama. He's a sleepy baby. He just wants to sleep a bit. So if you keep hearing some calls or you hear like some... He's busy circling on the pacifier. Yeah. So before he dozes off. So don't mind. And what an interesting way for him to be here, because today we're talking about our pregnancy, labor and delivery story.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Now some of you have been waiting to hear this. Is it true?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
If you've not been waiting, well, you're blessed of Jesus that we get to give it to you.
Welcome.
You're very, very welcome. Anyway, so like we were just reminiscing in September 2019. That's September 25th to be exact. I think 2019. So I started the YouTube channel in July of 2019, and I'd been sharing the stories. And then one specific day, when I'd gone through, as I said on that video, when I'd gone through a season of that time of miscarrying our previous pregnancy or our previous child, I never even know the terms. Do you call it a child? Do you call it, like it's really anyway. When we went through that season of loss, I was really looking for Kenyans online sharing that stuff, and I'd look for people with my face, people with my voice, people with my culture sharing these stories, and I'd find I'm not finding anyone. So I just thought, and I was like, man, why not just share, not from a point of kujianika and be like, oh, pity me, but from a point of, hey, if in any point in life you go through this season, remember there was someone who, with your own voice, with your own skin tone, with your own accent, who's gone through something like this with in your country, with the healthcare system challenges, has gone through this thing. And I want to tell you that it's painful, but you'll be okay, So that happened. So I went, had an had a YouTube live, and we talked about it. Then after that we had a session together when we said when men grieve, we're not talking about how men grieve differently from women and all that.
If you have not watched that, don't mind going back to watch it.
Don't mind.
It didn't hurt
you. It didn't hurt you. And also, if since you're going back, you can also watch the other videos, hoping they'll be a blessing to you, and share with your friends, baby. Anyway, so after that, I think a few weeks later, I was not as busy, and I just felt I want to go deeper in my walk with the Lord. And what better way than going through a time of prayer and fasting? So with him, he was still at work, so he didn't come along. And actually had been wanting to go for prayer and fasting, I think, since we got married. And I was not finding a Mwanya. So finally I got a Mwanya, and I was like, this is Mwanya is space or time. So I found that space, and I was like, this is it, I'm going, not thinking too much about it, I'm off. So I went for this time of praying and fasting, and it was not even that I'm going for a specific thing. It was just like, I just want to deepen my walk with the Lord. Anyway, when I was there are a few things that God was ministering to me about. But the one thing, and I had to go through the journal again, but to just see one of the things that I remember in that season, God just kept talking and like ministering to me about, among other things, but this one thing. and it was written here, God's promises to me during this time. And it was based, one of the, like a lot of stuff, but this one was based on Isaiah 65 verse 17. And I'm going to read it for you through using the Amplified version. So Isaiah 65 verse 17, it says, behold, I am creating new heavens and a new earth, and the former things of life will not be remembered or come to mind. I'll compare that with another version. Hey baby, you can sleep, it's okay. So it says here, look, I'm creating new heavens and a new earth, and no one will even think about the old ones anymore. And so, like, I was just like, wow, okay. And one of the things I felt God, like, with that, there was a lot, but with that specific thing, one of the things I wrote is, God says he will heal and restore all the things that hurt me, that is earlier troubles, earlier pains, etc., shall be a thing of the past. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so when I came back from that time of this prayer and fasting, I don't know, I just felt like, hey, I don't know why I feel like we're going to get pregnant. So, so we came back, and pregnancy is not, it's not a miracle baby. This is not Jesus the Messiah. But it's not that I came back with an agenda. No, it was just like, doing married people things, blessing one another in the Lord.
Yes.
Alas. Worshiping Jesus. So that happened. So like a few weeks later, we're having an event for Worship Factory. If you don't know who Worship Factory is, it is a worship movement. I call it a movement, not a group, but a worship movement that I am part of. Who our mission is to create a culture of excellence in the music scene and music industry, gospel music industry in Kenya. So we're having our vision casting coming up, and so that week I remember we were going for practice, and we had a 6 a.m. practice. So at the 6 a.m. practice, the whole time, do you know what I was thinking about? I was like, because we had a 6 a.m. practice and then we had a practice again in the evening. Rehearsal. And so at the 6 a.m. practice, the only thing I could think of, Goro, was ugali. That's like pap if you're in South Africa.
My favorite. Hey.
Which is his favorite. Skuma. And the skuma, I wanted the skuma, which is like kale.
Skuma kales or what?
I think it's like
and
kale. But the spinach and the skuma. And I specifically wanted ugali skuma, which had mayonnaise, and then with an egg on the side, like a scrambled egg, which had nyanya and all that. Please, mind you, I'm not like an ugali fan.
I'm the fan.
He's the fan. And I'm telling you guys, I was tasting like You're this tasting. Ugali during practice. I finished practice, so I had to do some house shopping, and I was looking forward to do what? Buy mayonnaise. So that, and I had skuma. So I was like, I came home after that practice, had done shopping, I karanga the skuma, and I was like, I'll make the ugali when I come back from the evening practice. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this whole story. Well,
important.
It's very important. And so I bought, and I had the mayonnaise because I wanted it cold so I put it in the fridge, and I was like, man,
cravings.
So I'd made the spinach so that when I come back, ugali is just 10 minutes. 10 minutes ugali is fine. Eggs is fine. 2 minutes. This was a quick meal. So I was like, when I come back from practice, who likes cold ugali? No one. So I wanted it fresh, hot. I came back from practice, you guys, after craving it the whole day. I came back, I took the skuma, warmed it, and immediately I put the mayonnaise on the skuma like this. I was like,
almost puking.
The smell of, I don't even know. I was like, hey, beloved.
What is this?
Bao zilifungwa.
Hapa. Something is cooking.
Literally. And I was like, my boobs feel much so, like I can't even sleep on them. Like, it may feel TMI, but these are the things that will go through pregnancy. So anyway, I was just like, okay. So the event is on Sunday. And I'm like, I think I'm pregnant. But also, I don't want to check and find out I'm not pregnant and get disheartened. And I'm looking forward to this event. So what are we going to do, Mboro? I think I'm pregnant. Yeah, babe, I also think you're pregnant. Okay, we think we're pregnant. So what we'll do, buy the pregnancy, whatever, what is it called? Test.
Yeah, to cut you short, is that we had actually done a few tests. Actually, 2 tests. It was 2 tests after miscarriage, because we thought we were pregnant.
Yeah.
Just good.
But I think those ones didn't have symptoms. It's just
Nothing.
like
It
my
was
period was late, and I was like,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's like no. But for this one, was that's like my body has changed. Something is just feeling. Yeah. Anyway, so we bought the test, had the event. So the Monday after the event, we're like, you know what? If you're pregnant, you're pregnant. Even if you prolong it till next year, you're still pregnant. Yeah. So just take the test and find out. Yeah. So there I am. My husband is sleeping, and my heart is beating out of my chest. You know, he do that test, and my heart is just like, oh my god.
I remember that time you were very nervous, very, very nervous, because we bought the test. We came with it. I think we placed it somewhere in the bedroom.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Yeah, and then it was like, do we test today? Do we check today? No. Let's check
after the event.
After the event. Yeah.
So, why are you trying, sweetie? What's wrong? Okay. Anyway, so he's fine. I'm not ignoring him. So anyway, so now I've checked the test. My husband is sleeping. I'm like, what? Okay. Now the thing that is hitting me is we're in a season where financially, I'm just thinking we cannot afford to have a child.
Yeah.
No, we cannot. I can't even like when I'm a planner. I'm very
organized.
I'm very organized. Sometimes it can hinder me because I get in my head, so I may end up not doing stuff. Yeah. But I want to see
everything flows up.
Yes, please. So now I'm looking at our account. I'm like, hey, our account is not allowing me money.
It's not adding up.
It's not allowing me money to be pregnant right now. We have doctor's visits, supplements. I'm doing that math, and I'm like, no.
All and that comes with pregnancy.
And all that comes, and then I'm looking at the house we are in. I'm like. At the time, actually, I think the house was okay. It was not having a lot of issues at the time. Yeah. We were like, okay, fine, we'll manage. We actually were like, we'll manage if we have to live here. Anyway, guys, it was just a whole roller coaster of emotion. Yeah. So I tell my husband to go get the test. And
we get the test, and what I've just explained before, we put it in the
bedroom.
Bathroom. And so we were like, should we do it now or we wait until after the event? And then my wife, who is my wife, she decided to check to do the test. And what did you find?
Before I say what I found, funny enough, I don't know if you remember. So after the event on Sunday, so this is the Monday after the event, but on Sunday after we finished the event, there were these guys who'd really been praying for people, and so they called me and I'm like, hey, when you're ministering, I just felt led to pray for you, and I just feel this is what the Lord is saying. So and I was like, oh, let me come with my husband, and they were just praying. And this one guy specifically said, I just feel like you guys are in a season of fertility.
Wow. And we were like looking at each other. We haven't yet done the test.
Yeah, we're like fertility. And he was saying like, I just see fertile ground. I just see, and he kept emphasizing, and I was like, hey. So anyway, now fast forward to now, we've done the test. I've put the test there. I tell Mboro, go, I've peed on the stick. Go check what the stick is saying. Mboro comes and he's like, he didn't know how to read the thing. Because why? Why should he read a manual? Why should he read it? And his wife is here to explain to him, why? Why must he get tired? Why? So he comes and he's like, listen, I'm seeing one very strong line. And the other line, I can see another line, but it's faintish. I was like,
but anyway, we still have that we put it actually.
We want to put it so that we can make like a box for our son. Yeah. Like even like the ultrasound photos and all that.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I'm like, snap, I'm pregnant. And my mind is just anything. But my husband, have you guys ever seen like this Tom Cruise video when he's talking about, was it when he was married to Katie Holmes? I think when he's on Oprah and he's jumping over the chair, like literally insert black man. This man was like, yes, 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 I'm going to be a dad, yeah. And I'm like,
yes, I am a dad.
And now he's a dad, yeah. Anyway,
yes,
doing a good job. Anyway, so yeah, so fast forward, we see the doctor, and let me say, with the previous pregnancy, we just had the test, and I was now on folic and all that, and I had not seen the doctor until the day when I started really like the bleeding and all that, and then we found out the
things were bad.
So now I was like, I don't even think I want to allow myself to be very excited, because same thing might happen.
Don't be too excited
and you go and the same thing happens. So anyway, so now when we went to the doctor, and Maze, shout out to our gynecologist. Dr. Bosire is the real deal.
Yes.
The real deal, guys. If you need a gynecologist in Nairobi, I know you love, everyone's gynecologist is
the best. Yeah.
But like for me, Dr. Bosire is just top notch, man. So we go there and he's like, hi guys. So we check and I just had the baby's heartbeat.
Wow. Let me tell you. Sonny cried.
I did.
She was in tears, like shaking, and I think I was holding your hand.
Yeah.
And wow, it was like an emotional moment, even for myself. Even though I did cry, like tears did not. I cried in the heart.
Yeah, inside. Because what is a man?
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity, as Drubush says.
I cried
inside.
Yeah, but it was an emotional moment. Yani, by the way, there is a heartbeat. There is someone for real, and
the person is alive.
Yeah.
Good. And I think also the reason I was crying was not like the way they're like, oh my baby. It's just like it was relief.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, this time I get to hear a heartbeat. Lord, me, Jesus.
It was really good. Yeah.
Like I was just like that kind relief too. Anyway, so we go ahead. My pregnancy was very smooth by the way, minus this thing called GAD. From the pits of hell, that thing where you just have excessive, it really is from the pits of hell, my friend, where I had excessive, like, it's reflux. It always felt like there was just something trauma in me. Excessive gas. And then the nausea
for days. Like Sonny would smell things that I could not even smell.
Oh yeah.
Like she would smell things like we are maybe somewhere outside and she would smell something that probably is at home.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what's going on.
Like if you're outside the door, I could smell inside like something that's off inside the house before we even open the door. Yeah, like my smelling had gone to level 500. And then also with the nausea came quite a bit of vomiting. It was just a really uncomfortable season, but I thank God because it helped me lose weight. Vanity, it's all vanity.
The best side of it.
Yeah, the best side was that it helped me lose weight before now, after they could pick up it. Anyway, so that was that. So my pregnancy by day was very smooth sailing. Baby was healthy throughout. Let me tell you guys one day, because the enemy is just funny. So one day I'm just touching my stomach. I think he was like maybe 11 weeks. And I had not yet gone to the doctor. We were to see him in the new year. So I'm just there touching my stomach, and then I'm just hearing a heartbeat. Friends, I was like, this child's heart is on the outside. They like my child. Yeah.
Something is wrong.
Something is really wrong. Anyway, but when I went to the doc, he was like, listen, this is just some vein, whatever. But yeah. So anyway, go through the pregnancy. We had an amazing time. The other reason I think I want to say about Dr. Bosire is I remember I went for my 12-week check and I was very anxious.
Very.
And I don't know, it's because just that other, there's something about it. There's something about like previous that just makes your heart spin. Like your mind, not your heart, but your mind spin, like all the time. You're like, I could be losing this baby at any time. I'm losing this baby, because you're not walking around with that, is it called a Doppler? You're not walking around hearing the baby's heartbeat all the time, so you're waiting for your next monthly checkup to confirm if this baby is still here. And until they start kicking, that is. So until about for me, I think I usually started feeling Thayos kicks when he was 20 weeks plus. And I was like, I don't know if this child is alive.
You're anxious. You don't know whether he's still in there, or something has happened, or you don't know. You're just waiting until the next visit. And definitely because of the previous if you haven't gone through like maybe a traumatic previous experience, or maybe losing a pregnancy, it may not be that big. But if you've gone through an experience, even from other stories that you've had, people are very anxious, very, very anxious, because you're wondering, hey, what will happen again? And it's a mind game. It's a mind game. And we, especially even for myself, I kept like just telling God, it got to a point where I was like, by the way, I don't have any control over this thing, even over my own my life, or even over the baby. I don't have any control.
Even your wife has no control.
Yes. So this is just a God thing. It's a God thing. He's the only one who can do this and sort it. Even the dog cannot. Actually, that's what one day when we went, especially the early stages, and he said, by the way, this one, there's nothing you can do. It's only God.
Put your faith in God.
Just put your faith in God.
And I think that's why even I was alluding to that, the fact that I like, I appreciate my doctor, because he just told me, when I went for the 12-week check, and he was like, hey Maze, you don't look good. As we always joke with Bosile that he's like a therapist. Before he actually...
a dog again.
Before he checks you, before he's your obs and gynae guy, he's actually like your therapist. So he's like, what's going on? And so I just share, hey, I'm having all these fears and all that. He said, imagine it's understandable, but you can't allow yourself to live in your head. And actually said what Ngoto has said. There's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do, eat right, do this, do that. But even you're eating right or eating wrong will not add breath in this child.
It's true.
So you do what you can do, leave the rest to God. And I left that meaning with just peace. That doesn't mean I was like, oh, I'm so peaceful. I'm not. That I think about it. Even at Telmo, even after we gave birth to Thayo, I remember I couldn't sleep because I'm like, is he breathing? Check if the baby is breathing. I'm like, guys.
When he is asleep.
And just to say that the devil is so cunning. Cunning, guys. Cunning. He's like ati, venye mmelala hapo ndo mtoto aliacha. Kwani zaini mtoto kwanza itustart zaini mtoto kwani zaini mtoto si anaweza nini? Anaweza enda after amezaliwa.
Mind games.
Mind games, proper ones.
Anxiety.
And so the one thing I loved is like just being able to stand on the word of God. Because there's only so much encouragement your doctor can give you, only so much encouragement your friends can give you. The word of God is constant. It is true. God never gets tired of you. And his word is not like, oh, leo umesoma Isaiah 55 verse 22, na umesoma tena kesho, when nimechoka na wewe, kwani utashinda like Isaiah 55 inakwambia, nimechoka na wewe kunisoma. The word is just like, it's refreshing. God has spoken, and it doesn't get tired of you the way a human being can get tired of you. So it's the only thing that is constant, and you read it and you declare and decree. And I was like, God, you said that this is a child of promise. I commit him to you. And God, even if anything happens and you decide, Lord, that this baby comes back to you before we get him, of course my heart will break, Lord. But you know what? It's a gift from you. So I went through that. And another thing I think I shared with you about this season and the challenges that we had. The other Nini was like, why are you having so much joy? When you're the first people to get pregnant. Abu, just share your experience.
I think is the excitement, you're happy, you're joyful because of like you guys are pregnant. The Lord has done it. It had been prophesied. The guys had already spoken a word concerning us, and what
God had spoken.
Yeah, God had spoken concerning us, and they brought it to us, and we were like, wow, it's happening. And we were joyful, like sharing with friends, with family, and with people. It was like, God has done it. But people would respond in a way, and you're like, so why are you so excited? Like, see the other people who are pregnant. Like, you're not the first. You'll not be the first dad.
And I don't think people would say it out loud, but like
but you can see.
share.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But you just see it by the response. You won't. We can't say that we depend so much on people's responses, so that, like, it determines how we rejoice. But we are saying it was so disappointing, and it was like, you're wondering, okay. So we shouldn't be praising God for or be happy that it is happening. And previously we had kept it to ourselves, by the way. Previously, in a way, we had not shared with so many people like we would have wanted to share. But this time around, it was like, after sharing the miscarriage story and sharing about the grief, and our hearts were like joyful again. God has looked upon us with favor again. Like there is somebody in here, and the process or the pregnancy is going on well. So every time we will talk about it, we will share the joys that we're having. But the responses were not encouraging, but we just decided to take it as it comes. Our joy will not be
tagged on people. And I think also the enemy likes living in that place where he wants to keep deceiving you. Like, you're not the first people. And also sometimes imagine, even maybe someone is going through something when you're sharing the news, but they have a facial reaction that you expecting they'd be jumping off the roof the way you would be jumping for them. But then it's like, hey, maybe that day they were going through something and they didn't respond like that. And then it's like, hey, you see your friends are not happy for you. Yeah, because it's not a big deal. Why are you making this pregnancy a big deal? Why? Actually, now you're going to do baby mama challenge and post for why. Actually, you guys are going to do a baby bump shoot.
By the way, that baby mama challenge, before we got to like do it, because it's there in the videos, I remember you had a lot of like, babe, will it be okay? Like, are we fine doing this? Will people,
are we making a big deal?
Like, but it's a joyful thing. We are rejoicing, we are enjoying ourselves.
And also, like, for sure. And also the other thing I was telling him, so we were planning to do a gender reveal. And I remember I shared with some friends, we were planning to do a gender reveal. They're like, hey friend, you're extra. But they're like, we're here for it, but you're extra. And then I was like, hey, actually, by then maybe I'm extra, But I was like, at some point, I think, and it's something even throughout, I'm realizing that when you do it, like, when God has blessed you with something, the word in John 10:10 says the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Let me tell you something, it's not physical death, it is spiritual death. The enemy wants to come and steal the joy that God has given you. He wants to kill the joy that God has given you, and he wants to destroy you. And it's because why the word of God says in Nehemiah 8:10 as well, the joy of the Lord is my strength. God's joy, it's that thing where it's like, I am immovable, I am unshakable. Joy doesn't mean necessarily everything is top notch. Joy is just I know my Redeemer liveth. And
even with the smallest things. Don't wait until it is big. Like, we would have waited until the boy is here and, call everybody. No, but start even from that moment you have realized or you have known the gender.
Even the birth, the pregnancy.
The pregnancy itself. Don't wait for those big stuff, for you to praise.
Rejoice him. And I love that video. You did praise him in the belly. Praising God is not just about when we are pregnant. Praising God is even when as we are not. Let's not put it like that. It's not a bragging thing, but we're not like ninning. But even when he's not here, we still praise God.
Amen.
Even when in that valley, we still praise God. Even when we are in love, we still praise God. You know. And so I think that's the thing I've come to see. The enemy wants to kill my joy, and my joy is my connector with the Father, where it's like through this joy is like an access. I don't know how to explain it. When you're joyful, it's a way that your spirit is even open to hear God all the more. And so he wants to suppress you and keep you with what ifs, but man, no more. No more. We can't be living in lies like that. No more, man. And so God was just ministering to me, like, be happy with yourself. Enjoy your pregnancy. And man, we enjoyed it. I was there's this in Carrefour, the way you go supermarkets, you go and you're able to go to the front of the line. Oh my gosh, and then you act so humble. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. And that time you have maybe just an inyo of chewing gum. Hi guys, I'm so but wow. Of course I'd feel a bit like, okay, don't want to offend people, but when I after some, even the attendants in the shop called me, come. No, this woman is pregnant.
Give her the space.
I missed that about pregnancy. Totally missed it, man.
There's the access.
There's access. So anyway, so now we got pregnant in a very peculiar time. Unprecedented times in the human history. We got pregnant during Corona.
COVID.
Gosh, didn't Corona just stop everything? What is a shower?
Oh.
I had planned for this shower to get diapers. What is a shower? But anyway, my friends came through like a nonsense, and they threw me a most spectacular shower. I think we'll also insert pictures here. Guys, my friends with the orchestration of the master himself, guest artist, permanent artist right now.
And shout outs to all the ladies who like helped to prepare that shower. The Zandes, Wanjiko, you know, thank you very much. Mwende, Wasabi, you know, and others that you know, Barbara, Celia, you know, Dule, you know, there are very many, and all of you who are there in that Zoom. Thank you again to all those ladies who supported. Like I couldn't imagine Sonny not having a shower. Like, you know. And again, you remember it was the time of quarantine, there was no meeting, quarantine and all that. So thank you ladies who supported the baby shower. And it was lively, beautiful. And she enjoyed.
I feel like it was the best thing that for me. It even, I think, surpassed what my dreams of what a shower pre-COVID would have been like. Because now this one was an intentionality of people to actually make you feel loved. Which was not, you know, during pre-COVID, it's like, we'll do it. But now this one, it was like an effort, a proper effort by people to be like, hey, to even be on Zoom. That was, and to make sure like presents get somehow to when they to
you guys, you did an amazing
and work. Let me tell you, Jesus closes your eyes for this surprises. I had come from home and I was
what had happened sad.
That morning
that morning, the morning of the shower, that Sunday morning, was a Sunday morning. My wife is like, you know, imagine I will not have a shower. How can I not have a shower? She was crying, like literally crying, you know,
tears.
Tears.
You know me, I cry for everything, but I'm happy I cry.
How can I not have a shower? This COVID, what is this? You know, even just not having, you know, people, you know, celebrating with us or with me, you know. So it just passed like that, and I'm like, if you knew what is going to happen today, it's going down today. So we corofficialed, like we had an argument unplanned.
Mama, you planned it?
No, I hadn't planned. Like it was like you know, that those two arguments that start, you know, I'm not listening to her. I'm like, but there is a shower. I wouldn't have said like, but there is a shower today. But I'm just watching her rambling and know.
He was upset with me, you guys.
So I made it worse by getting upset. That one I did intentionally.
You did?
Because I knew we will go to the venue of the shower. So like, you know, it will throw you off.
I was really thrown off, man, but I had a spectacular shower.
Yeah.
And it will sound vain, but you know what? It's also okay to want people to celebrate with you. It's also okay to want to be a star in a story. It's my time to shine. I wanted my time. I was feeling Corona is stealing my time.
What is this?
What is this?
Yeah.
But also just to celebrate, and I think also I keep telling people, I'd pangered my shower for Pampers, diapers rather, and I'm like, yo, this Corona is messing my
All
plans.
the plans are gone.
Yeah, sorry, my friends, I love you that you are used of the Lord to bless me in that way. But anyway, so that's us. That's our pregnancy journey. We're going to do part 2, which will do our liver and delivery story. So stick around, and we shall post it soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.